Hi guys, in this video we're going to be looking at how to factorize quadratic expressions. So we are still on our series on algebra, okay? So this is a subtopic on algebra. A quadratic expression is an algebra of a second degree. A second degree algebra or polynomial is an algebra whose variable has a maximum exponent of 2. Okay, so the maximum exponent of its variable is 2. So if you look here, we have ax squared plus bx plus c. So this is the basic form of a quadratic expression. Here the variable is x, and we can see that the maximum exponent is 2. So whenever you have an algebra or a polynomial whose maximum exponent for its variable is 2, we are dealing with a quadratic expression. Okay, so now we are going to see how to factorize this quadratic expression. So we are given two examples here. We are told to factorize x squared plus 5x plus 4. The second one is 6x squared minus 5x minus 4. In an earlier video on this series, we've looked at how to factorize algebraic expressions by grouping. In that particular video, we could see that the values we had were 4 different values. You can go back to the playlist and check that video if you have not seen it yet. The title of the playlist is Algebra. Okay, so here we have x squared, 5x, and 4. So there are just 3 sets of values instead of 4. So at this point, we have an issue because we are supposed to have 4 different groups of values, but here we have 3. So for us to go ahead to factorize, we need to divide this middle value into 2. Okay, so when we divide this middle value into 2, now we can have 4 values. Okay, for us to do that, we need to compare this quadratic expression to this basic quadratic expression. Here we have x squared. Here we have ax squared. A is the coefficient of x squared. That means a is the number in front of x squared. In this particular example, there is no number in front of x squared. And we know that when there is no number in front of x squared, the number is actually 1. Okay, so that means for this first example, our a is 1. Here, b is in front of x. We can see that 5 is in front of x. That means b is equal to 5. And c here is standing alone. We can see that 4 is standing alone. So our c is equal to 4. So we are going to consider this when we are factorizing. So let's solve together. Solution. So a, we have x squared plus 5x plus 4. So in order to split 5x into 2, we are going to look for 2 numbers that will multiply themselves to give us a, b, and those 2 numbers will add themselves to give us AC, and those 2 numbers will add themselves to give us b. Okay, so while we are comparing this to this, we found out that our a is equal to 1, our b is equal to 5, and our c is equal to 4. So AC is equal to 1 multiplied by 4, which is plus 4. And our B is equal to plus 5. So we are looking for 2 numbers that will multiply themselves to give us plus 4 and add themselves to give us plus 5. So let's look at the numbers that will multiply to give us plus 4. We have plus 1 times plus 4, minus 1 times minus 4, plus 2 times plus 2, minus 2 times minus 2. So these sets of numbers will multiply themselves to give us plus 4. But among these sets of numbers, which one is going to add to give us plus 5? So if we have plus 1 plus 4, plus 1 plus 4, we can see that plus 1 plus 4 is going to give us plus 5. Minus 1 minus 4 is going to give us minus 5. Plus 2 is going to give us plus 4. Minus 2 is going to give us minus 4. So the only combination that is going to give us plus 5 is plus 1 plus 4. So these are the 2 numbers we are going to use to replace 5x. So instead of having 5x, we are going to have plus x plus 4x. So we have succeeded in splitting this number into 2. So we are now going to have x squared plus x plus 4x plus 4. So now we can factorize by grouping, just as we did in our previous video. Okay, so we are going to factorize these 2 together, and we are going to factorize these 2 together. So let's factorize here. X squared and plus x. What is common is x. Parentheses. X squared divided by x is going to give us x, plus x divided by x is going to give us 1, plus 4x and 4. What is common is 4. So we bring it outside the bracket. 4x divided by 4 is going to give us x, plus 4 divided by 4 is going to give us 1. So bringing the values outside the bracket together, we're going to have x plus 4, parentheses, x plus 1. So we have been able to factorize this quadratic expression to get this. Okay? So remember, we have to look for two numbers that will multiply themselves to give us AC and also add themselves to give us B. Let's solve the second example. B. We have 6x squared minus 5x minus 4. So just as we did in the first example, we're going to look for two numbers that will multiply themselves to give us AC and add themselves to give us B. So multiply to give us AC, add to give us B. Now, what is our A over here? A is the coefficient of x squared, and we know that the coefficient of x squared is equal to 6. B is the coefficient of x. The number in front of x is 5. Not 5, but minus 5. It's important to always carry the sign in front of the number along. So minus 5, and then C is equal to minus 4. So let's use these values to write down what we're going to have here. AC is simply 6 multiplied by minus 4, which is minus 24. And then B is equal to minus 5. This means we are looking for two numbers that will multiply themselves to give us minus 24 and add themselves to give us minus 5. So let's look at the combination of numbers. We have plus 1 multiplied by minus 24 minus 1 multiplied by plus 24. This will give you minus 24. We have plus 2 multiplied by minus 12 minus 2 multiplied by plus 12. These will also give you minus 24. Plus 3 multiplied by minus 8 and minus 3 multiplied by plus 8. This combination will also give you minus 24. We also have plus 4 multiplied by minus 6 and minus 4 multiplied by plus 6. This combination is also going to give you minus 24. But among these combinations, which one is going to add up to give you minus 4? Plus 1 minus 24 is going to give us minus 23. Minus 1 plus 24 is going to give us plus 23. Plus 2 minus 12 is going to give us minus 10. Minus 2 plus 12 is going to give us plus 10. Plus 3 minus 8 is going to give us minus 5. So that means this is the combination that we are looking for. Plus 3 and minus 8. So we are going to use these two numbers to replace minus 5x. So instead of having minus 5x, we are going to have plus 3x minus 8x. So let's write that down. So we have 6x squared plus 3x minus 8x minus 4. Okay. So continuing, we are going to factorize by grouping. Now we can factorize by grouping because instead of having 3 values, we now have 4 values. So we can factorize the first two together and the second set together. So looking at 6x squared and 3x, what is common? 3x is common. So we can write 3x outside, parentheses. 6x squared divided by 3x, we're going to have 2x, plus 3x divided by 3x, we're going to have 1, minus 8x and 4, what is common? 4 is common, so we'll bring 4 out. Minus 8x divided by minus 4 is going to give us 2x, because minus divided by minus is going to give us plus. 8 divided by 4 is going to give us 2. And x divided by, there's no x there, so we'll bring it down. Minus 4 divided by minus 4 is going to give us plus 1. Minus divided by minus, once again, is equal to plus. 4 divided by 4 is equal to 1. Okay, so looking at the values in the parentheses, we can see that the values are the same. That shows that we are on the right track. Next, we are going to write the values outside the parentheses together. So we are going to have 3x minus 4 into 2x plus 1 parenthesis. That becomes our answer. So we have been able to factorize this quadratic expression to get this. Remember, whenever you have a quadratic expression, the first thing you do, you split this value at the middle into 2 so that you'll be able to factorize by grouping. If you understood this video, I'd like you to solve this classwork and leave your answer as a comment in the comment section. Classwork. Factorize 2x squared plus 5x plus 3. So I'd like to see your answer to this question in the comment section. If you enjoyed the video, don't forget to like this video, share it with your friends, and follow for more maths content. See you in the next video. Bye.